Hey everyone, Dave McLean here, personal trainer and strength coach. I'm coming to you today from my home in Vancouver, British Columbia. This video is going to be for personal trainers who work in a commercial gym or in a big box gym. And what I want to do is give you my 5 top tips on how to get clients rather fast. So within the next 30 to 60 days, how can you go about filling up your schedule, working in a commercial gym to about 25 to 30 hours a week with clients? If you can do that in the next 60 days, you're going to be making some money, you're going to be impacting lives, and you're really going to be leaving an impression on the staff, on the management, because believe it or not, 60 days is actually a pretty fast time to scale up in any business to a full-time income in the service industry. My top 5 tips if you're a personal trainer working in a commercial gym on how to get clients quickly. And at the time of this filming, December 2019, these tips are really going to come in handy for you because what's right around the corner is New Year's, busiest time of the year to get clients. I would say definitely the best time to get clients and the best time to have more conversations and build new relationships that if they don't turn into sales today, they can certainly turn into sales with good follow-up down the road. So here we go. The first thing that you need to do working in a commercial gym is you need to establish if you're coming into the role of a personal trainer already knowing how to train clients or not. And while this may seem rather basic, hear me out on this for a second. If you're brand new to personal training and you've never actually trained a client before, if you go into a gym and all of a sudden think that because you know how to work out, you're going to know how to train clients, it could get a little bit sticky. The best thing that you want to do is have that honest question with yourself and see, do you actually know how to train other people? And when I mean other people or clients, I'm specifically talking about general population or Gen Pop. What do most people want to achieve when they are working out in a gym? Well, they want to lose weight, they want to build muscle, they want to look better in the mirror, they want to feel better, feel more confident about themselves. And some people are going to have a goal of getting out of pain and improving mobility. So with that in mind, you need to ask, do you actually know how to do that? If you've never actually trained someone or trained a client before, go and hire a personal trainer for yourself. Do a small package of sessions. I recommend anywhere from 6 to 12 sessions. Go in with the intent of learning what it's like to get trained personally by a professional. Observe what the trainer is doing. How do they assess you? What is the structure to their workouts? Why are they giving you certain exercises? What's their coaching like? What's their cues like? What are the little terms that they use in between sets or when you're near the end of your rep range of a set and you're about to failure? Those little things you can pick up on. That's only going to make you a better coach for when you start to go and train people. If you're not in a financial position to hire a personal trainer, the first thing I would do is try and get in a financial position where you can hire someone and do some sessions. The second thing that you could do is go to your fitness manager and say, listen, I'm being honest, I've never really trained someone. Can you train me for 2 or 3 sessions as if I were your client? I need to know what it's like to actually be trained by a personal trainer. Obviously, they will say yes. If they won't, then you're in the wrong place and you've got the wrong manager. So the best investment that I ever made in myself was hiring my own personal trainer. I was lucky enough to start out working in an insanely busy gym with extremely qualified trainers, and I hired the best, most expensive trainer that was at that gym at the time to train me. And looking back 11 years later, it's still by far the single best investment that I've ever made in my entire life. Don't shy away from hiring a coach or a personal trainer, even though you are a personal trainer. Okay, so moving on to tip number 2. You need to have a system in place on actually how to train people for trial sessions. I recommend that you have 2 workouts that you can pull out of your back pocket on a whim that seem super professional and rehearsed. What you're gonna wanna do is head back if you haven't seen my video on how to train new clients to get results, where I explain the 5 quadrants system. I'll link that video in the description below in the notes. These workouts need to be basic, and you should be thinking, if this person never saw you again and they never saw a personal trainer again, could they go ahead and train themselves safely and effectively and get a good workout? So you want to rehearse what you would actually do in a trial session, maybe with a colleague, maybe with a friend, run someone through a basic workout and keep it simple. Keep in mind that most people simply want to build muscle and burn fat. These workouts need to be structured around big compound movements, multi-joint movements, squats, deadlifts, lunges, hip thrusts, overhead press, bench press, chin-ups, dips. That way, this person is maximizing their time and they're getting an extremely effective workout in your trial session. There's no better feeling than at the end of doing a good trial session where you see that someone is totally smoked, but in a good way, that they've put in a really effective workout, and you're gonna ask them at the end, how did you enjoy that? What's the difference between the workout that you did with me and the workouts on your own? And if you've rehearsed it and you're prepared and you run a good trial session, you're gonna get an awesome result at the end of those. So to recap, tip number 2 is just rehearse and systemize 1 or 2 trial sessions that you're just gonna rinse and repeat ongoing. When you have conversations with people, when you're on the phone and you're booking these free consults or trial sessions, you wanna know exactly what you would do on session 1 and exactly what you would do on session 2. So my third tip would be to train the gatekeepers at your gym. What are gatekeepers? These are the staff that are first point of interaction with members when they come into the gym. Front desk staff, sales staff, management, HR, or even ambassador roles at the gym. Think about when a member comes into the gym, who do they see behind the desk? Who do they say hi to? Who are the most familiar faces in the gym? You want to train these people, offer them 1 or 2 sessions, and tell them that you'd like to run them through a workout. That way they know what kind of training you offer and what your style and your vibe is like. Make sure to be clear in your intention and just say, listen, I know that you come in contact with a lot of members throughout the day. Some of them could be potentially clients for me, and I'd like to show you what I'm about. That way, if you think someone would be a good fit to be a client, you know exactly the kind of training that I offer and the results that I can get. What you can do at the end of this workout is ask that staff member to post on social media, get them to leave a review on your Facebook page or on your Google business listing if you have one. Maybe you can take a selfie photo or a video with them just doing a flex off when you guys are smiling and sweaty. Some of the members at the gym might even follow this person on Instagram or on Facebook, so if they see that they did an awesome workout with you, that's only going to amplify the fact that you're a personal trainer who gets results. The other thing is, this is a great way to be seen actually training people in the gym. Most new trainers working in a box gym or in a commercial gym are so afraid to get out on the floor and just train people. Or a lot of them have the mentality that if you're not getting paid, that it's not worth the time to be out there training someone for free. And that's just not right. When I started out, I trained a lot of people for free. And what it did was it got me seen by a lot of members at the gym, and they knew that I was a personal trainer. I was speaking with authority and good coaching cues, and sometimes those members would take their headphones off and listen to what I was saying, and maybe a week or 2 later they would come up and be like, hey, I saw you training that person, you guys were talking about deadlifts and how to make sure your lower back is in a safe position. I had some issues with deadlifting and I liked what I heard from you. Can we do a session, or what are your rates? Something like that. Your number 1 goal is to be seen and to have more conversations. I would rather be training someone for free than sitting on my ass in the office and moping that I don't have any clients. So get out there, train the gatekeepers, talk to the management staff, be seen training people, and have fun, be energetic, have an awesome time. Okay, tip number 4. Now, most trainers that work in a box gym are gonna hate this, but I'm telling you, this is a gold mine. So typically with every new membership that the gym sells, that membership will include 1 or 2 complimentary personal training sessions. At the gym where I started out, these were called personal health profiles, or PHPs. Now, most trainers hate doing these sessions, and I don't want you to be one of those trainers. And here's why. You can't expect that everyone who comes into a gym is going to be educated on the benefits of personal training, on the fact that they need a personal trainer. Most of them probably have never even seen a personal trainer or had a conversation with one or about personal training. So if these people who came into the gym to get a membership refuse an intro personal training package, which is typically sold with a membership the first time that you come into a gym to sign up. If new members refuse that, don't be angry about that. They're just not educated, and it's your job to show them what personal training can do for them, how it can help them with their goals, and why it would be an awesome investment for them to make. Now, at the gym that I worked at, all of the PHPs and new signups were in a binder behind the front desk. We were allowed to go through each day and take down 10 names and 10 phone numbers, and I would assign my name to those 10 people and say that it's my job to call them and try and get them in to those PHP sessions, which was 2 one-hour complimentary personal training sessions. Here's what I recommend that you do with these new signups. You're gonna call them, you're gonna text them, and you're gonna email them. It's very important that you do all three. But if they don't answer that call, leave a voicemail. Call them from the gym line. That way they at least see that it's the gym calling. But if you're texting them, obviously you're gonna text them from your own cell phone. What I recommend you do is 2 points of contact. So if today is Monday and you called, texted, and emailed, then you would follow up by Wednesday or Thursday at the latest. If there's still no response after both of those times that you've reached out, then I would just move on to someone else. And maybe you can follow up via text in a few weeks. Most people do not respond to text messages that they don't know the person. So don't be upset if you only get 1 out of 10 people who reply. It's just a numbers game. If you are making that phone call and the person answers, here's exactly what you want to say. Hi, is this Dave? The person would say yes. Dave McLean? Yes. Hey Dave, my name is whatever your name is, and I'm calling from XYZ Gym. I'm a personal trainer here, and I saw that you recently signed up for a membership. In fact, last week I saw that you came in. I'm just calling to follow up and see how you're enjoying the workouts so far at the gym. Let the person talk. Let them tell you about their experience. So if they haven't been into the gym yet, this is going to be a perfect opportunity for you to get them in and enroll them into these sessions. So ask them, what's holding you back from coming into the gym? You signed up 6 days ago. Oh, I'm finding it hard to get in. I don't have the time, or I'm not motivated, or whatever their answer may be. You're going to say, perfect, listen, that's exactly why I have a job and why I'm here to help you out. Do you know how to use the equipment? Are you familiar with this piece of equipment or with how to use the cardio? Have you had a conversation with a personal trainer about your goals? Just ask some questions and then sit back and listen and let that person talk. If they have been into the gym, follow up with a quick question like, hey, did you get around to trying out the new deadlift platforms that we got? Or have you tried the hip thrust machine that we got a few weeks ago? Or what do you think about the dumbbells that we use, or the bench press, or anything, any piece of equipment? Okay, you're just trying to massage a good conversation and build some rapport. Most of these signups, you're gonna have a goal sheet that they filled out when they came into the gym, so you can relate some of this conversation back to their goals and how it would benefit them using that piece of equipment. So then how you wanna proceed is like this. You wanna say that you're following up, they haven't gone and used their complimentary personal training sessions that came included with the membership when they enrolled. Let them know that there's a timeline on that. So maybe it's 14 days or 30 days, and ask them if the person who signed them up for their membership went and explained what's included in those complimentary sessions. So I would say something like this. Hey Dave, awesome. So look, the reason why I'm following up is because I see that you haven't yet used your complimentary personal training sessions that comes included with your membership. Did John, who signed you up on your membership, did he explain to you what's included in your personal health profile sessions? No? Awesome. Well, let me tell you what you get. And then I would just move on and explain that they're going to get 2 free personal training sessions. It's going to come with some assessments. So on session 1, maybe you're going to do a body composition assessment and a basic strength test. And then you would go through, let's say, squat, bench press, chin up, and rows. And then on session 2, you could say, we're gonna do a cardio assessment and talk a little bit about your nutrition. And then I'm gonna teach you deadlifts, overhead press. And if it's a male client, I would say, we'll get into some arm training. And if it's a female client, I would say, we're gonna do some glute training. But basically, tell them that they're getting something and explain what's included in these sessions, but actually have something to offer them. Don't just say, oh, it's 2 sessions and we're gonna train. Build it up, stack some value in those sessions, let people know what's included. Then you're gonna wanna book those sessions in. On the goal setting sheet, you should have the information about if this person likes to come in to work out in the morning or in the evening or in the afternoon. If there's nothing written there, then ask them, what time do you generally like to come and work out? Evenings? Perfect. I'm booking for this week. I've got Tuesday evening at 6 p.m. available or Wednesday at 7 p.m. Which of those two times would work best for you? And then after you ask that question, you need to shut up. Don't say anything. Let them come back with an answer. Always give two options and then ask which of those times would work best for you. If it's morning, give them 2 morning times. Evening, 2 evening times. Now, it's very likely that this person is going to come back with some objections. Maybe they're going to think that you're trying to sell them something, you're trying to be pushy. You just want to play it cool and just let them know it's included with their membership. You're not trying to sell them anything, and it's just for the purpose of making sure that all of the members of your gym are educated on how to do the basics of strength training and how to use the equipment properly, and that you've been assigned their contacts and that you're just reaching out to see if they're interested in booking those sessions. There's no obligation, and if anything, they're going to walk away with 2 great workouts and they're going to know a little bit more about strength training and proper technique. Now, if at the end they're still not into it, they're still not feeling the vibe, they're not cool about coming in, then just thank them for their time and say, I hope to see you around the gym. My name is Dave again, and you can ask for me next time you come in. If you'd like to meet face to face, I'd welcome that opportunity. Have a great day. And then just move on to the next lead or the next person. Guys, I guarantee you, if you do this, if you systemize it, if you get down to making these calls where you're rehearsed and you sound professional, you will fill up your schedule with trial sessions and you will start to have more conversations with people about training. You'll be seen on the floor training people, and it's a compound effect. The things that you do today, only today, are not gonna amount to greatness like next week. But if you keep doing these things consistently, over time it's gonna build up and you're gonna get that momentum, you're gonna feel confident, you're gonna know how to make these cold calls, you're gonna know exactly what to say to someone when they're inquiring about personal training, and you gotta rehearse this stuff and you gotta feel cool and confident about this whole process. My suggestion is get into the lead book, find out those new signups, those new memberships, and don't be afraid to reach out to people, make some calls, book yourself some free sessions, have a good time with it. Most gyms are paying you at least a base rate to do this kind of work. So at the end of the day, you're still gonna be making some money. Now, let's say this person does come in and do these 2 complimentary sessions. What you wanna do is upsell them to a soft sale. What I recommend and what I used to do was at the end of the second session, sit down at a table and ask some qualifying questions. Qualifying questions could be, so what was your favorite thing that you learned over the last 2 sessions that we did? Or tell me about your workouts compared to what we did here. Or what's the top 2 things that you learned that you're gonna implement in your training? And then you want to move that person forward. And what I recommend that you offer them is that same intro package of personal training sessions that they would have turned down when they came in to sign up for their membership. Most gyms do 6 or 12 one-on-one training sessions for a discounted rate. Usually it's around like $40 to $50 a session. So just let that person know that you spoke to your manager and you okayed it for this one time only, that you can offer them that intro personal training package again if they sign up today. And from there, what I recommend is just, give them awesome workouts, find out what their goals are, start to write out a program, and from that intro package, then you would sell them onto a long-term committed program. So you want to move people in phases or in easy steps. It's tough to go from turning down personal training to doing 1 or 2 sessions and then buying a 6 or 12 month program. But if you can get someone into a starter package of 6 or 12 sessions, then they're gonna know, like, and trust you. They're gonna see you as an authority. You're gonna develop a relationship over that time. And that's gonna be easier now for you to actually sit down and sell them on the big program. Tip number 5 is prospecting the floor. If you're working in a box gym or a commercial gym and you don't prospect the floor and have conversations with people, you are crazy. All right, prospecting the floor is the best way that I can recommend building up a clientele when you work in a commercial gym. And it's exactly how I got busy and how I got seen when I started working in commercial gyms. I'll tell you a quick story. I moved to Vancouver August of 2012. If you don't know much about Vancouver, well, it rains a lot. So in the summer months when the weather is great, people want to be outdoors. And August arguably is the best month of the year for summer weather. It's also probably the slowest month of the year for just being in a gym because people want to be outside, they want to run, they want to cycle, they want to do hikes, all that stuff. So when I started out working in the gym, I had everybody telling me to expect a slow month. But I had a goal to sell $10,000 of personal training in my first month. And I actually started with maybe 3 weeks in the month because it was after the long weekend in August. And I was super determined, and I'll tell you exactly what I did. At the peak hours, morning, afternoon, and evening, I would just go hit up everybody on the cardio machines, everyone on the treadmills, and I would pull them off, get them to fill out a questionnaire, and we would do a group training session. At the time, I was really big into kettlebell training. I was doing a lot of boot camps. I would just form a group right in the middle of the gym of like 4 to 6 people and just, teach people kettlebells, teach them how to do swings, teach them how to squat, how to press, and then I put it together with kettlebells and body weight in a circuit and give people an awesome workout. And guess what? That month when I moved to Vancouver, I actually sold $12,000 in training, but I broke the record for a brand new trainer his first month in sales. I sold the most that any new trainer had done their very first month, and I also sold the most in the company that month, entire company-wide. Don't let other people tell you that you can't do something. Prospecting the floor is where it's at. All right, so let me give you some tips on how to prospect the floor to fill up your schedule with these free sessions and consultations. You want to hang out near equipment where most people do those exercises wrong. So my tips would be hang out near the lat pull down machine, the cable row machine, or around where people deadlift in your gym. So those 3 exercises, I would say 95% of people do wrong. If they're doing rows, they're rounding their thoracic spine, they're shoulder dominant, they don't have good extension, they're not pulling from their back, they're using their arms. If they're deadlifting, most people's deadlift technique is pretty horrible. What you would want to say is, hey man, do you mind if I give you a quick tip on how to do your rows more effectively? Or do you mind if I give you a quick tip on how to put your back in a better position and how to lift a little bit more weight? Cool? Awesome. Let me show you. And then just jump in and show that person what to do. Watch them do it and give them some coaching cues and stay with them for 5, 10, 15 minutes, whatever it takes, until they get that technique down and they're doing a couple sets with awesome technique and effectively. Then you want to transition into, I'm in kind of a rush right now, I've got to get going, but my name's Dave, I'm a personal trainer here. I'll tell you what, why don't we set up a free session on me, no hassle, no obligation. I can run you through a really good back training workout, and then if there's 1 or 2 pieces of equipment or 1 or 2 exercises that you'd like to know about at the end, we can take a look at that. Sound fair enough? Cool. All right. Do you normally work out at this time if it's the evenings? Do you normally work out in the evenings? Awesome. Hey, looking at my schedule, I've got Tuesday at 6 or Wednesday at 7 available. Which of those 2 times would work best for you? Make the confirmation, hand them a business card, and then you want to text them right then and there. So just be like, hey, Mark, can I get your cell phone number real quick? I'm just going to text you a confirmation, and boom, now you got their contacts, you got a trial, and you're ready to rock. The main thing is this, the more conversations that you have with people, the more trial sessions that you do, the more sales that you're gonna make. So when you're in a box gym and in a commercial gym, only thing that you should be thinking about is meeting more people, having more conversations, making more phone calls, doing more trial sessions, and just being seen training more people. And I promise you, if you only focus on those things, you're gonna be successful. You're gonna be busy, probably within 30, 60, 90 days, you're going to be filled up with a good schedule of personal training clients. And honestly, guys, there's nothing more rewarding than going into a gym and knowing exactly what you're doing, looking like a boss, feeling confident, opening those conversations, and booking up your schedule, even if it's with free consults or trial sessions. Now, remember, it is human nature to try and find anything and everything to do except what I just told you to do. Don't get caught up in the minor stuff. Don't be seen on your phone all day posting on social media. You got to think, there's people in the gym, they're right there in front of you. They want to get results, otherwise they wouldn't be here. So what good does it do you to be sitting down on your phone, looking antisocial, posting on Instagram and Facebook, when you could be shaking hands with someone right in front of you and running that person through an exercise or a trial session, or just having a general conversation about their goals or their life. Ask them how long have they been a member here. So rehearse this stuff, have a pitch ready to go, know what to say, know what you're going to do in your trial sessions. Again, if you haven't watched the video on the 5 quadrant system, check out the description and I'm gonna link that video down below. You need to watch that video. Keep it simple, keep it basic. And remember, most people just wanna build muscle, lose fat, feel more confident about themselves, and look better in the mirror. So the basics for most people, most of the time, is gonna do the job. Now, because you stuck around and watched this whole video, I'm gonna give you a bonus tip, and this is exactly how I would iron out your schedule, because the worst thing that you can do when you're starting out working in a box gym is be available all times every day. This is what's gonna happen. You're gonna get a client at 6 a.m. on Monday, and then you're gonna get a client at 6 p.m. on Monday, and you're gonna have nothing to do throughout the rest of the day except for what I just laid out. Do not go in with entirely open availability. What you wanna do is this. Ask yourself, are you a morning person or an evening person? You can get clients at both times of the day. I've seen one of the most successful personal trainers was this girl who worked at the gym that I was at in Calgary. She started her day at 4 p.m. and she would work all the way up till like 10 or 11 p.m. with clients, and she was just an evening person. So if that's you, there's nothing wrong with that. If you hate getting up at 4 or 5 in the morning, you don't have to train people that early in the morning. So find out, do you want to build up a schedule mornings or evening? Now, if you want to do mornings, what I recommend is you're a morning and afternoon trainer, and if you want to do evenings, you're a later afternoon and evening trainer. And here's how you lay out your sessions throughout the week. Your 3 times a week clients are going to be Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and your twice a week clients are going to be Tuesday, Thursday. Now that's going to be the long-term goal. What you want to do is start selling people in one of those 2 blocks of days. If someone signs up and you're brand new, maybe you book them in Tuesday and Thursday, and your only goal is to try and fill up your Tuesdays and Thursdays. Now, if you get someone that can train Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, then now you can do Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday. But try and fill up 2 days at a time or 3 days at a time. Don't try and fill up 5 days at a time. And what I would do is the other days of the week, you're gonna use to do your consults, you're gonna use to do phone calls, and you're gonna use to train gatekeepers. And over time, you'll fill up a schedule. If in 1 month you can have your Tuesdays and Thursdays booked up, 6 or 7 clients, now you're making some money, and then it becomes very easy to go and fill up the Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, because now you don't need to worry about Tuesday, Thursday. You're gonna let potential clients or new clients know your availability, and now you're gonna seem actually busy, like you've got something going on, and you're not gonna seem desperate. The worst thing that you can do is say, oh, I've got my whole week open, when would you like to train? No. What you wanna do is tell people, I've got a 4 p.m. or a 5 p.m. on Tuesday and Thursday. Which of those 2 times would work best for you? Now you seem confident, now you seem like someone who's got clients, who's busy, and people want to train with trainers like that. So to recap, you're gonna use Monday, Wednesday, and Friday as your 3 times a week, or you could do Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, but get a group of days together for 3 times a week clients, and then the other 2 days you're gonna use for your 2-day-a-week clients. It's up to you to decide what days you want to fill up first. Whatever days you don't fill up, you're going to use for doing consults, making phone calls, and training staff and gatekeepers. All right, guys, so I hope that you enjoyed that video. Do me a favor, give me a thumbs up, give me a like, and hit the subscribe button. I'm gonna start making more of these videos on the regular. Hopefully you got some good value. You can take this with you and get some new clients almost immediately. There's one last piece of advice that I could give you. It's this: practice makes perfect. You're not gonna be good at making those introductory conversations, and you're not gonna be good on the phone the first time you do it. But with repetition, it's the exact same thing as lifting weights. You're gonna get stronger over time. It's all right to be nervous. It's all right to not know what to say. Maybe try and jot down a script, rewind this video a few times and use some of my language, but just do it. Taking imperfect action always trumps taking perfect inaction. Go and get yourself some clients, make those conversations, do your free trials, do your consults, and I'll see you guys in 2020 training more people and making money. See you later.